I decided to give the Baldwin a break. Now this engine is the first one I built. Back in the late 1980s, I joined the Model Engineering Club, and when I did so I found that they were all well into steam because they had their own tracks and public running and all sorts, so I decided I'd build an engine. And I subscribed to a magazine at the time called Engineering in Miniature, and they ran this engine as a series. Unfortunately it was never completed because the chap who designed it all became ill, so it was never actually finished. But I did buy a set of drawings, which was my first lesson. Don't trust the dimensions. Anyway, this is a Crampton broad gauge 5-inch, based on the German engine Defaults, I believe. Cramptons were never very popular in England. They were very fast because of those enormous driving wheels, but because there were no coupled wheels, they weren't very good at pulling heavy loads. But they were popular on the continent apparently, and somewhere in France they referred to catching the Crampton rather than catching the train. Anyway, it's been here for decades, on the windowsill in my sun lounge, gathering dust, fly dirts, and the brass and the copper is all tarnished, and there's rust appearing on some of the steelwork, and everything is seized solid. So I thought it's about time I did a bit of rejuvenation. So I better go and make room in the workshop for it. Okay, a quick tour. There's the little pump, worked off the crosshead. And the oiler. I'll take the lid off the box. And there's a little pump inside. Interesting. That's Loco Link rather than Launch Link. Well, well. Last exhibited in 1994. Cool. What a mess. That's going to take some cleaning up, isn't it? Ah, now you can see the rust. Unfortunately, the fire door's stuck. I can't get them open at the moment. This is the side that's nearest to the window, and it's obviously suffered quite a lot of rust in there. Okay, we'll take a look at the underside. Just trying to work out how the reverser lever works. There's the lay shaft going through. Got a lot of rust on that wheel. And a mass of pipe work. Interesting little whistle. That's the one in Shop, Shed and Road, I think the book's called, by Curly. It's a little whistle with a resonator on the back. There wasn't room to put a decent sized whistle in. Well, the reverser works quite well. It's a little on the stiff side, but that's okay. And I checked the drain cogs and they work. And it's nowhere near as bad as I thought because the wheels go round quite easily. So I must have oiled it quite well before I put it away. Very free. So maybe there's not quite so much restoration work necessary after all, just on the surface. Question is, where do I start?